LoveLine is meant for an adult audience. LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content.
Listener discretion advised.
Now, here's LoveLine. 1-800-LOVE-191. With Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
Are you insane?
I don't have to get them something, makes it copacetic.
Yeah.
Right, Drew?
Yep.
Like, what'd you get me this year?
Nothing. But you and I have an agreement.
That's right.
That's right.
See? Now,
it's wonderful.
I may be crying the blues now, but when's your birthday?
It's a couple months.
I already know what I'm not going to get you.
And I appreciate it.
Yes. Well, you appreciate it now.
Yes.
Hey, you won't be laughing so hard in a couple of months.
I appreciated it in September when you missed it last time.
All right. Oh, did I? Okay. I didn't get you anything last year?
No, we have an agreement.
All right.
We got it. No, you did. I'm sorry. You got me some, because it was that big party, and you got me some of that travel stuff that you use.
No, those were good gifts. I got you those very expensive $8 eye shades you use on the plane.
And you use on the plane, yes.
$2 earplugs.
The earplugs are key.
And the inflatable pillow. That sent me back another $4-6.
Well thought out.
I didn't get much change after I dropped that 20 off at the counter of the luggage place.
You turned 40.
Yeah, that's a big one. Nick?
Yes?
What are you, 16?
Yep.
What's going on?
Well, when I'm just either hanging out or chilling with my friends in my house, I get these spontaneous erections.
Yeah.
And, it's bothersome. I mean, as a guy, I hope you'd understand.
You'll grow out of it. You'll miss it.
Yeah, like we miss ours, right, Drew?
Yes.
I even miss Drew's spontaneous erection.
A quaint memory from the past.
Not just mine. Once in a blue moon, you'll still get one. And it'll be like hearing some old song or something. It'll be, hey, what is this? What is this? What's going on here?
Marcel Proust was writing about in symbolic terms when he talked about how scents and smells evoke memories. Yes.
Yeah, this is something you have at 16.
Yeah.
And eventually just goes away.
Okay. I mean...
and don't think you're the only one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just learn how to manage it, that's all.
It happens more frequently, I guess, since a few years ago.
It's going to peak between now and about the end of high school, and then that'll be the end of it.
It'll start heading down.
Do you have any advice on preventing it now? Or?
No.
There ain't no way to prevent it.
Don't wear sweatpants.
Okay.
You understand? I used to wear 2-3 pair of jeans to high school. In the middle of the summer.
Just waiting for that erection.
Just waiting.
Never happened, though, did it?
No, never did come. Pardon the pun. Nick?
Yeah.
Do not wear sweatpants to school.
I understand.
And do you wear boxers or briefs?
Boxers.
Yeah, I don't think boxers do much to contain the erection. I would switch to briefs.
Okay.
All right?
All right. You have any
That's plenty of practical advice here, Nick.
No, and here's the next one, too, Nick.
Okay.
It seems to me, and Drew, you stop me if I'm wrong here, but the penis, I'll have my index finger be the penis. Forefinger. Which one's your index finger?
That was it.
The middle one?
Second one.
The F finger? Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the penis. Now, the penis hangs straight down.
Right.
Just down toward one leg or the other, whatever.
Right.
Then it starts getting erect, and it starts pushing up a little bit, right?
Right.
See my finger growing?
Yes.
And as it starts pushing up, it meets some resistance. About this point, as it comes up an inch or so, it hits the edge of the pants.
Right.
And then what happens is it sort of reminds me of, like, you ever see like you go to the zoo and you see like a rhino scratching itself against a tree or something, but it looks like it's just kind of pushing against it.
Yeah.
And it's the resistance that the more the resistance, the harder it sort of pushes.
Right.
You know that feeling I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And now the erection just gets even larger because it's pressing hard against the side of the pants. Now, if you just make a quick move, which is slide the hand down the pants, grab the penis, and lift it all the way up so that it's straight up against your belly, it'll sort of drain And it won't have anything to press up against. You know what I'm saying, Drew?
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Or at least a side move.
Yeah, because once your penis is up, pointing toward your chin, against your belly, and tucked in your waistband, it no longer wants to go up anymore. It's gone too far. It's gone past up. It doesn't push down, and it just goes away.
It's a very compelling discussion you're having. You seem to be very into this topic.
I've done it a couple of times.
I'm glad this inspires you, but let's move on.
Yes,
you're
you
fine.
see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
Tara?
Yeah.
You're 19.
Yes.
You don't know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
I know, but Tara doesn't. What's going on, Tara?
Okay. Well, I'm on the pill, and I think I might be pregnant. And I just wondered, like, does the number of times you have sex like a day like lower your chances of, you know what I'm saying? Like, are the odds like against me?
I guess if you, at the outer edges of the curve, that is to say, if you're doing it once a month or no times a month, it would decrease your risk of pregnancy. On the other hand, if you're doing it 600 times a month, it might be slightly above, say, somebody that's at 10 times a month.
Right.
Okay, but why do you think you're pregnant?
Well, for about a month or so, I've like been getting sick. It's not just in the morning, but all the time.
That's
like, through the day.
How long have you been on the pill?
About 3 years.
How many times a week do you have sex?
5 or 6.
And you haven't changed the pill type?
No.
And you've taken it perfectly every time?
Yes.
And you've been on no other medications or substances or anything? I would think of other things first. Are you missing your periods?
It's kind of late right now.
Yeah, well, why don't you get a pregnancy test? But I honestly, that would be down my list of probabilities for causing nausea.
Okay.
Okay, but get that. Are you taking any other medication?
No.
Have you? You don't take aspirin?
Mm-mm. I haven't taken anything else. I've just been on the pill for 3 years.
But a month when you started feeling nausea, there was nothing at that time you were using.
No.
Yeah, I'd still get it worked up, but pregnancy would be relatively low on my list. It has to be ruled out, but it's
because she's taking the pill.
Because she's on the pill, yeah. So it makes it unlikely.
Tom.
Yeah.
You're 17.
Yeah, Adam, this is for you.
Uh-huh.
All right, I injured my right arm mountain biking.
Yeah.
And that's my good arm.
Right.
And so now whenever I need to relieve myself,
yeah.
I've been forced to use the other arm, but that's still painful. And
why is it still painful?
Using that muscle pulls on the opposite shoulder.
Uh-huh.
And it still causes quite some pain. So
did you dislocate your shoulder?
I cracked my collarbone.
Mm-mm. Yeah, that's bad news.
Yeah, it is. It sucks.
Yeah, how long ago did that happen?
About last Sunday.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
And when's the doctor say you can be up on your penis again?
Well, I never had a sit-down chat with him, but I'll be fully functional within 6 weeks.
Yeah. The pain's going to take a couple weeks to subside.
Yeah. So have you done it with your left arm?
Yeah.
And it hurt too much.
It hurt too much?
Oh, yeah.
But you still went through?
Yeah.
That's what I love about guys. I mean, fighting through the pain, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a trooper. This is, we don't have guys in the service storming the beach at Normandy or any of that kind of stuff nowadays, Drew. But I think this is the modern day equivalent to that.
Sure. These are your soldiers, Ed.
I like to think
the crowd's got you pinned down. The captain just took one in the head, but you're still going to dig in and keep moving forward for love of country and penis. So you're using your left hand. Now, from a technique standpoint, I know there's pain involved, but just from a sheer technique standpoint, is the left hand usable?
It's usable. I mean, I can scrape by with it.
Right, in a pinch.
A pinch, yeah.
But there's pain in your shoulder.
Yeah.
Think of the wonderful sort of scientific and discoveries that could be made. Could we hone this energy that men spend? Time and energy and focus they spend doing.
Hell, just hook it up to some kind of pump or something.
It'd be eternal energy source. Yeah, you're right.
It'd be great. We'd never burn another ounce of coal.
Nuclear energy, forget it. We don't need it.
No, we got wackular. All right, so Tom, I don't know what to tell you, buddy. I can tell you when that.
Well, how about you?
Right arm? Oh, the toothbrush. How you got like an old school electric toothbrush?
Yeah, actually I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Really?
Hey.
Go get it.
Yeah.
Where is it?
It's in the bathroom.
Well, go get it. Let me hear it.
All right, hold on.
I want to talk to it. It's been such a long time. Tom? I was going to go get it. Now, you think he has an old style one?
He doesn't. Look, he's 17. He doesn't even know what you're talking about.
Old style to him is like, yeah, I got one that goes way back to 1996.
Yeah.
This one didn't have the laser guidance system on it. and the gyro was just being pioneered at the time this thing rolled off the manufacturer's belt. Tom?
Yeah, hey, I found one. I don't have batteries for
Oh, you don't have batteries, but you do. You know what I'm talking about with the earlier generation electric
vibrator. It's a vibrator with a toothbrush on the end.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Try using that thing.
Okay.
I think that's going to save your collarbone. I broke my shoulder when I was a lad, but thankfully it was before
You didn't fracture
my career.
You dislocated it.
I fractured and dislocated it.
What'd you fracture? The tip of the clavicle?
My was it my humerus?
Oh, you broke the arm.
Yeah, I broke my arm and it came out of the socket.
Ugh.
Oh.
At that age, too. No wonder your parents didn't want you playing ball.
Oh.
That arm could be half the length it is now.
Hey, let me tell you, that's what the doctor said. This guy's arm may not grow right again.
That's right.
Oh, you guys want to talk about pain? I'm not going to talk about this long because it's going to hurt, but my shoulder was out of its socket for 4 days.
Ugh.
Now, if anyone's ever had something pop out and pop back in, they know how excruciating it is.
For that moment.
Once in a while, it pops out and somebody has to set it. But it was out for 4 days.
And fractured.
Oh. And let me tell you, when your shoulder's out of the socket, you don't move. I was on the sofa whizzing into a mayonnaise jar for 4 days.
Where the fracture is? Your fracture was right across here.
Yeah. It was brutal. It was like the most excruciating thing I've ever been through in my life.
Wow.
It was listen, I did it during a football game. They stopped the football game. They called an early halftime. The coaches came out to the field and everything. They cut my jersey and my shoulder pads off. And when I was lying there, they took a look at me and they didn't move me.
Yeah, of course.
They saw my shoulder was out of, popping through the skin practically, and they just called an ambulance.
Sure.
And I just sat out there in the middle of the field for like an hour while like the teams just sat around. It was like right in the middle of the football field. You know what I remember? Leaving the football field in the back of the ambulance and going over the speed bumps in the parking lot. That was a rough one. I remember that. Just any jostling, anything. It was brutal. Alex?
How you doing?
You're 18.
All right, I've known this girl for like about 2 years, and she's kind of this friend of mine's sister, and she's 16 and I'm 18, and I'm just kind of wondering if asking her out would be jeopardizing my friendship with this friend of mine.
You say she was 16?
Yeah.
It's a little bit risky. I mean, as long as you're good to her, you treat her right. Right? I mean, what would he object then? It just makes the friendship a little bit weird. The things you can't talk about. You can't
smell my finger.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, that smells like family. Wait a minute. We had goulash last night. Wait a minute. Alex?
Yeah,
it's all right. You can do it. It happens all the time. I know it's a little uncomfortable.
Treat her right, that's all.
Listen, everybody understand there's all these things that are a little bit uncomfortable, but everyone just goes through them. This is the part of life I can't figure out.
What do you mean?
I just mean, like, I've never had a prostate exam. I know
you asked me for one.
Okay,
virtually
by a stranger.
Seriously, that one day you came to my office.
No, I didn't. I said my ass I had some problems with my ass.
And that's why I referred you to somebody else. You want me to do that to you?
I didn't tell you to get down there, though.
You've been abusing me ever since for not having done it.
I wanted to talk ass. That's all.
If I had begun the ass talk, you know where it would have ended up.
Like it always ends up when we start one of our long ass talks with your hand up me, like a sock puppet. Here's my point. I've never had one of these ass examinations, okay? But the point is I know I have to get one.
Yeah, you're an old man now.
One day. And I know millions of men have gotten them.
Yeah.
But the fact that millions of men have gotten it before me, means nothing to me.
This just proves your
I
narcissism.
like to think of myself as just a pioneer in the rectal exam field.
This
like the
to me-
Neil Armstrong of anuses.
This is to me why people, the same psychology that causes people when they get sick at 75 to go, how could this happen?
Right.
It's a part of being a human being. As illness occurs, especially as you get older, these things happen. And as you get older, Adam, there are certain health care hygiene needs that you'll have. And you're now an older man.
God, they got to come up with
approaching middle age.
They got to come up with something that you just sit on and shines a light or something.
Maybe that toilet seat. We can combine that with something.
Yeah, with some barium or something.
No.
Clark?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, just so as not to be too confusing, everyone gets a crush on everyone else's sister at some point of one of their best friends or what have you. It's been done a million times before. Who was our last caller? Whatever our last caller's name was,
Nick,
he's off the board now. And the point is just go ahead and do it. Clark?
Yeah.
What's going on?
I'm 16 and my girlfriend's 16, and we've been talking about having sex. We bought condoms and everything, and we're not sure about how to go, like how to start. And do you have any advice?
You got to get a running start.
Are you sure you want to do it if it's that kind of... Yeah.
Oh, no, I want to do it, and she says she wants to do it. It's just we're not sure how to, like, get into it. And
Well, what else have you done with her?
not much. She's giving me a blowjob, hand job, and stuff like that.
Think about that. Think about that. Clark, thank you for your honesty. Think about that statement.
Blowjob, not much at 16. You understand? I would have had a statue erected to the young woman, like Amelia Earhart.
It would have been a story in Penthouse.
Yeah, it would have written thousands of letters. Yeah. I would have, people send out those letters after they give birth to their first child, Oh,
it would have been a news story.
Yeah, I would have sent out a large mailing. Yeah. Just got a BJ, thought you'd want to know. Thank you for your love and support.
It wouldn't be nearly updated. It would not be near that understated. It would be,
Yeah,
this would be because I got news for you. There weren't any of the 16-year-olds in America doing not much.
And getting a BJ?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, anyway, so Clark, you've done about all you can do sexually without actually having the intercourse, right?
Mm-hmm.
So next time you're getting the BJ, why don't you just, put the condom on and then you just kind of keep going, right?
Okay.
But if you want.
Clark, yeah, and if she wants, make sure it's something she's really clear about and comfortable with. And you guys have been together for a while. You're comfortable with each other. Give it lots of time and make sure it's what she wants to do. Most women regret the age that they picked to lose their virginity. They tend to wish they'd waited longer.
Yeah.
You don't want to be part of that.
You talk to a 75-year-old woman, she'll say she really wished she was in her 60s.
No, but you talk to a 30 to 50-year-old, you're going to find that most of the time.
They always wish. And the guy wishes he could have shaved a couple of years off of his.
The other way.
Sort of evens out.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nicole.
Yes.
You're 21.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Okay, well, my question is, I think, Adam, you can probably give, a pretty fair, honest, whatever. So, do guys, I don't know, do they, have a very good, perception of, girls' bodies, fully clothed?
What are you getting at?
Why
you're concerned?
Why?
Yeah.
Because I don't know people, I don't know, guys will say, whatever, whenever they're talking to you, in general.
What will they say? We don't know.
We
don't know.
Okay, they'll say, good things or whatever.
What do they say? Hey, Nicole?
Huh?
What do they say?
They say, just general hitting on...
I'm going gay. That's it.
What?
Nicole, you've pushed me. I was sort of straddling the fence, but now I'm gone gay.
No, I'm serious. Are they ever, totally shocked? Is my question.
All right, hold on there, screwball. Listen, I'm sure you look pretty good in a pair of tight jeans and a halter top, right?
Okay.
Are you concerned somebody's going to be disappointed?
Well, no, I always wonder, what they think.
No, Nicole, stay with me. I need some very specific answers so I can figure out what's motivating you to ask this question. Are you
I'm very self-conscious.
I understand that.
Why?
I just am. I don't know why.
Are you concerned that guys are going to think negatively of you?
Well, kind of, yeah.
Has that ever happened to you before?
No.
Have you ever been naked with a guy before?
Yes.
And how was that?
Fine.
And he appreciated how you
Yes.
looked? Have you ever had an eating disorder? Eating issues, let's call it.
Oh, well, kind of.
Yeah. Because people with eating disorders really have distorted body images. They can be fine.
What city do you live in?
I'm in Phoenix.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of that stuff going on there. But
What?
No, I just want to take a look at her, that's all.
Oh.
Nicole, what do you do for a living?
I'm a student.
Junior college?
No, I go to a major state university.
ASU, Arizona State.
Really?
Yeah.
Sound like a real college show.
Yeah. I was down at Tucson. I was down at U of A. That was impressive.
Yeah, that's U of A. This is Arizona State. Yeah, the state schools. You know? Okay.
It's better. It's much better.
Northridge, San Diego State. Come on. These are 4-year junior colleges. It's a junior colleges with tuition.
U of A is a pit. Arizona State's really like
Yeah, I thought U of A was great.
Listen, Nicole, you look good. I can tell by your voice. You sound fine. What'd your mom do? Make you take ballet lessons when you were a kid?
No.
Okay, why do you have a body problem?
Yeah.
I
Why?
don't know.
Why couldn't you
Because I don't
develop?
know people. Huh?
Why couldn't you develop any self-esteem when you were growing
I
up?
do have self-esteem except for in that one minor, small aspect.
Yeah.
That's it for women, though, unfortunately. That's the big one.
But what about the question?
Okay.
Guys are.
Guys can tell what women look like in clothing.
Yeah, guys are pretty keen about stuff.
The good part is
they don't
they're
care.
drunk and they don't really care.
Yeah, they don't care once they decide they're in.
But look at it this way. If you're at a club dancing, a guy comes up to you, wants to dance with you, buys you a drink, and wants to go home with you, he's not going to be in for any surprise by the time you get to your house.
Yeah, we don't have guys. If that were the case, guys would call regularly to this show and say, "Oh, I was disappointed. How can I not make that mistake next time?" That never happens.
No.
We've never had that call.
No, it doesn't. No, you know exactly what you're getting in on. Just go ahead and pick a couple celebrities, maybe on the good side, maybe on the bad side, and put them at a dance club. I think you could figure out who you're going home with, couldn't you? I think you could. All right, we'll take a little break. When we come back, who are we talking to, Drew?
Waiting to see what's coming up here.
Okay.
Okay, so come on down off the tower.
This is not your parents' Woodstock.
The weekend of July 23rd, Rome, New York, Woodstock 99.
3 days, man.
The 30th anniversary of the Woodstock Music and Art Fair. Nearly 40 bands, multiple stages. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster outlets or call the Woodstock 99 hotline at 212-397-7474 or online at Ticketmaster.com. The weekend of July 23rd, the eyes of the world will be on Woodstock 99.
You have 5 seconds.
LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
2.
Back in a minute.
1.
We're not keeping you up, are we?
I'm pitching a tent.
Oh, that's good. It's LoveLine.
Hey. What song is that, Coffee? More? Yeah. Yes. Who is this? Oh, Glenn? Oh, go. Hey, Mike, did you get me that, what the hell is that, what was that band I wanted you to go find that, CD?
Thin Lizzy?
Thin Lizzy, yeah. So you'll get that CD? Okay. Keep working on that, buddy. Hey, did that chick ever give you the website or whatever with her naked chest? Did she ever send that over to you? And say she was going to send that to you? Or maybe that was to Brett. Were you here that night? Did you see anything good on your computer?
No, I don't remember that.
No.
Was that Thursday night?
She sent it to...
No, maybe it was to Brett.
But it was on some... What webpage was it on?
I don't remember.
It wasn't. Brett was here, but she never sent it. We gave her the address. I tried to coax her.
You're breaking my heart.
luck.
Thank you, Sherry. I appreciate that.
I was playing hooky Thursday. Sorry,
Sherry.
I missed your birthday. I feel bad.
No, that's all right. You came with a gift. God bless you. But he must have stolen a ton of non-dairy creamer from, I don't know, Smart and Final Iris or Lucky's or something like that. But he got me a case of these things, and I couldn't be happier. I got the International Delight. He got me the
Irish cream,
liquid creamer singles. I got the Irish cream, and I got the French vanilla. Very nice. And I guarantee I will use each and every one of these every night until they expire. Or I do, because of all the chemicals I've consumed.
You're fine.
Sherry?
Yeah.
You're 22.
Yeah. My husband was abused when he was a kid, and his dad would, hit him and stuff. And
Perfectly natural?
Yeah. And I was just wondering if there's any chance that he could start taking that stuff out on me. I mean, we've been together for 5 years now, and he's never done anything physically, but he yells a lot.
Yeah.
And I was just wondering if this could escalate into something else.
Has he gotten any help for it?
No.
What do you think, Sherry?
I don't know. I'm really getting worried about it now.
Of course it can. Of course he's at risk. And in terms of some numbers are somewhere around 60-70% of people who were abused who will then become abusers or similar victims. Does he use drugs or alcohol?
He drinks.
Yeah, see, that's the one variable that
should
really
be a problem.
Yeah, that's the one thing that
normal, perfectly healthy.
If you notice, that's when he tends to yell and scream a lot, right? When he drinks.
He does, yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing that's going to really escalate this thing and potentially set things off when his impulse control is down.
How many kids do you have?
I got 2 kids.
Oh, boy.
Well, there's 2 things you can do, 3 things you can do. One, you can both go to some parenting classes. Most hospitals have mental health services, and they often will give, or social service department will give parenting classes. And that does a lot to help people like your husband contain anger so things don't escalate to the point that he feels so out of control and impulsive, okay? Do that. Number 2, you can go to Al-Anon and sort of work on yourself, and hopefully as you grow, he will then be forced to do something as a way of catching up with you, and oftentimes you'll find an identified patient will then go to AA.
All right, and easy on the kids. 22.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're 22, you have a husband who's been the victim of some physical abuse. He's a little bit angry. He hasn't gotten a full handle on it yet. Why don't you just go a little easy on the kids? It's sort of like, I'm trying to think of one of my bad
Well, it's like if you
analogies.
had a car that was had some mechanical problems, you don't have to speed. Right?
Yeah.
You don't have to.
Thanks for making a car analogy. It's good.
I'm thinking of you.
You got a car you've been rebuilding. You did the engine, you did the transmission, you did the suspension, but you haven't quite gotten around to the brakes yet.
Yeah, there you go.
And you need it to go to Vegas this weekend. Just take it easy.
Yeah.
That's it. Just don't floor it all the way there.
Common sense.
That's right. That's what it is. You're 22, fine. You're young, you're married. You get a handle on a few things. Then when things settle down and people are able to sort of contain themselves, then you start a family. Why do it and then sort of work it out? Well, I mean, everyone's idea is we'll have the kids, then I'll go into rehab. Yeah. Then I'll go into therapy. Then I'll figure it out. Then I'll get a handle on it. Meanwhile,
or that'll work. Everything will work out after that.
4 years has gone by. The kids have sucked up all this weird energy and anger because they're like little sponges when they're kids, and now you've successfully effed them up just like you got effed up. There's a plan, Mandy.
Yeah.
You're 17. What's going on?
Yeah. Hi. I think I have a yeast infection, but I'm not sure.
Hold on. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, Mike, please.
What makes you think so?
Because I had sex with this guy on Thursday, and we used a condom and everything, but now it's been itching and white. Stuff.
Cottage cheese, huh?
What?
Cottage cheese.
Oh, true. Don't equate it to a food. You know why? Because when you make it a food, then we have to eat it. You know what I mean? In our mind's eye.
Here's the problem, though. Did the condom stay intact? Didn't break or anything?
No, it didn't break.
And you had no other penetration other than that?
His fingers.
Okay. It is probably yeast infection. And do you take any medications of any kind? Antibiotics or anything like that?
I was taking antibiotics before because I had a cold.
All right, so that's probably what actually triggered the yeast infection.
Oh, really?
Indeed, itching and discharge, whitish, sort of cheesy discharge is what yeast looks like. Because you had sex, it sort of brings into question whether or not you could have a sexually transmitted disease, vaginitis, chlamydia, these sorts of things. Gonorrhea. I had the condom on, I understand, but I just want to, for education purposes, that itching and discharge after a sexual encounter should be considered a sexually transmitted disease until proven otherwise. What you might do is get some of the over-the-counter yeast medications. I don't think Terrazol's over-the-counter yet, but Monostat and that kind of thing. And if it doesn't go away, then you must see a doctor. Give it a couple days.
A vagina, it's like a bird's nest, you know? You just can't screw around with it at all. You know, don't they say that
it's more like some sort of biosphere.
If you go up, I know, but I've used that analogy before. But meaning, if you like go into a bird's nest and start monkeying around with the little birds, the mama may not return.
Right.
Isn't that how it goes?
Yeah.
Because she like smells man, or it's a delicate balance in there. You can't monkey with it at all.
Or if you monkey with it, you get a symptom. Something
happens, and you get on these antibiotics, and that screws everything up. Why does that screw everything up?
Because the bacteria that normally keep the yeast in check get killed off by the antibiotic, so the yeast overgrow.
But don't you have a lot of different types of, what was I going to say? What's it kill off?
Yeast?
The bacteria.
Yeah, but
don't you have a lot of different bacteria in your body?
Yes, you do. But the ones that, for instance, tetracycline is more likely to cause a yeast infection than, say, a flagell, something like that. I mean, it depends on the antibiotic.
Because that'll kill that particular type of bacteria.
Yeah, those kinds of bacteria.
It kills the good bacteria and the bad bacteria.
Yeah, the same thing happens in the bowel. You can get these awful diarrheas from certain bacteria overgrowing.
Aren't we going a little nutty with these antibiotics?
Oh, yes. If you want me to go off on this, it's an awful thing.
You don't go off, and let me go off it on for a second here. Listen, all you crackpots out there, I've taken antibiotics like twice in my entire life. I turned 35 2 days ago, and I've done it twice. You screwballs that are living on them, that are popping them like Pez, and you idiot doctors that are handing them out every time someone sneezes, are ruining it for the rest of us who use it sparingly. Because now all these things they're building up resistance to it. Now we're all going to die because you guys are popping these or eating these things like popcorn.
Every time somebody gets a runny nose or a sore throat or a cough, they want an antibiotic, and it does nothing. Nothing.
Right.
Zero. If anything, just puts them at risk of some sort of reaction. When your buddy Jimmy called me, he wanted antibiotics on demand. I was
Don't you make fun of Jimmy.
And look what happened to him. I'm so mad at myself for having given him that stuff over the phone.
Well, what should you have done?
He should have come in, checked it out. I'm sure it was a virus.
You know, he's got an Emmy now, so just watch it.
To him that, get some decongestants and this and that, but he's a big star now, so he's got to have something right away.
Well, he's a very busy man.
So, and what happened when I gave him the antibiotics? Remember, he got a rash.
He got a rash.
Yeah, and that could have been dangerous.
Yeah. I think
now he can never take penicillins again.
I think the rash was from humping the Emmy, though, to be quite honest with you. I think it's made out of, I don't know if it's the galvanizing process or the nickel that caused it. No, that was before that. Listen, why can he never take the...
Because now he's been sensitized to penicillins.
He has been.
That's it.
And that's what happened.
Yep.
How do you get sensitized to it, though?
You take them too often.
Oh, is that what happens?
Yep.
I don't think he's been taking that much penicillin. I'm going to ask him.
It's too much for him, whatever it is, and he lost his chance.
All right, I don't even know if I've taken penicillin. I never take anything. All I took was that one thing you got me that one time where I really got loaded because I went out drinking afterward. Remember we were doing LoveLine? I went to a party that night with Engineer Mike, and I really got lit.
Is that antibiotic I gave you?
Yeah.
I remember now. Yeah,
I took that and had a few drinks with it. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, that was smart.
Give me another one of those. That was the best buzz I ever had. 2 martinis the whole night. I was wasted. Thank God Mike had like 45 drinks and was staying up with me, antibiotic or not.
That was a year and a half ago. You realize that?
Was it that long ago?
It was a year and a half ago.
Mike slept over that night. Oh, it was
almost.
Almost. Maria?
Hi.
What's going on? You're 14.
Yeah. First of all, I want to say that, Adam, you are so sexy, and I love you.
Wow.
Maria, I'm so scared for you.
Yeah, 14-year-olds.
Anyway, I am sort of a musician. I play guitar, and I have a guitar teacher who is very odd. I feel very uncomfortable around him. I've been taking lessons from him for about a year and a half. he always compares me to his girlfriend and always, like, wants to give me, like, back massages, and it's just really odd.
You want him to stop?
Yeah, I want
Tell
him
your
to
parents.
stop. And
Tell your parents.
What?
Tell your parents.
I don't want to because, like,
Maria,
my mom will
please.
get so mad.
No, Maria.
Your mom will get mad?
She should get mad.
What's up with that?
Well, she should get mad.
She's 14. I'm getting a little bit of the voice. Some makes
No,
sense.
she's 14.
Still getting a little voice mixed up.
But look, that
Are you
guy-
a virgin?
Yeah.
Anything ever happened to you?
No.
No.
Nobody screwed around with you?
No.
Hey, just checking. No neighbor guy, no nothing like that?
No.
Good. And you don't like this guy? You're not attracted to this guy at all?
I'm not attracted to him. I mean, he's a very inspirational person.
Yeah,
but,
see, she doesn't want to. It says alienate him.
I mean, I have no idea why. I mean, he's divorced, and I don't know
He is
why.
taking such advantage of you. He is really, really violating the relationship you have with him, and you must make it clear to him any way you can that it just can't. This can't continue. He must not touch you at all.
Okay.
Unless it's to place your fingers on the guitar in some way.
No, not even that.
Yeah, preferably not even that, frankly. And if he continues, you must tell an adult. Maybe not. Maybe there's somebody else that shares him as a teacher or somebody else
Yeah,
you
my
trust.
best friend does.
All right, but an adult, somebody that will get him to make him acknowledge that he has a liability here. If this continues, he'll go to jail.
I mean, is there a reason why he's doing
Yes, he's a child abuser.
He's
a jerk.
Listen, hold on. He's a musician, not a successful one.
Yeah.
So he teaches. He smokes a lot of pot.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
He got divorced. He's in a sort of arrested state of adolescence. I'm sure his wife divorced him because he wouldn't grow up and just cut his hair and take a job. And he's kind of living like a kid. And when you're living like a kid, you just do things sort of impulsively. And basically, here's the deal, everybody. Really, one of the big differences between being a kid and being an adult is sort of impulse control. I mean, when you're a kid, you just start walking toward whatever's shiny or wherever the hell you want. And if folks say, put that down or come back here, and you just look at them and throw it and keep running. I mean, that's part of being a kid. Or you just crap in your pants. Whatever it is, it's all sort of, you feel like crying, you start crying. You feel like napping, you start napping. You don't want to eat, you just throw it at somebody.
Yeah.
It's just sort of impulse control. Right. And once in a while, you run into a guy who's 28 who has, he's like my 2-year-old nephew.
And it turns out pot really contributes to that impulse control problem. It does.
Not only is that, but you start smoking since you're 14,
right.
and
you're
know,
arrested.
Yeah, you may be numerically or chronologically maybe 28, but you're really like 15 and a half.
Yeah.
You get like a month for every year if you smoke pot solid. All right. Wow. All right. When we come back, we'll speak to Helena, who's 15. How can she make her breasts stop growing? They're too big. All right. We'll talk to her after this.
LoveLine. Be right back in a minute.
For the erotic pleasures of women.
It's LoveLine.
All right.
Hey, it's the LoveLine. I'm Adam Carolla. He is Doc Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. And when we left off, we were talking about Helena, who's 15. Helena?
Yeah.
You're 15, your breasts are still growing.
Yes.
That would be normal.
Yeah.
That would be like you're restating the obvious.
How big are they now?
They're 36Ds.
Uh-huh. How big are you?
I'm 5'2".
How much you weigh?
135.
135. Is your mom big?
No.
How big is your butt? How big is your butt? No, is your mom's not busty? She's not roly-poly?
No, actually, I'm 3 sizes bigger than she is.
3 bra sizes?
Yeah.
So you were done borrowing her bras like around 3rd grade, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Grandma busty?
Why are you asking these questions? What the hell difference does it make?
I'm just curious, trying to get a picture of the family tree.
Are you trying to, have a series of questions to ask your potential wife? Is that
well, what I'm trying to figure out is whether Helena is going to be, big busted and big, or just big busted.
Well, her weight is modestly up, and so she could maybe reduce by losing some weight.
5'2". Well, when you're 5'2", you should probably weigh a little less than 135, but if you're busty, we'll go ahead and add a few pounds on there. But you still probably could stand to lose a few pounds, right, Helena?
And that might help her lose some of that.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Some of the breast size might
So
go down, too.
why don't you work on your diet a little bit, slimming down a little, see if it chips away at the breasts. It oftentimes does, unfortunately. Can you do that?
Yeah, I could, but the thing is, my breasts, they've grown 2 cup sizes in 1 year.
Helena?
Let me do some math. By the time you're 35, oh, man.
But let me put it a different way. There's nothing else you can do right now.
At this point.
Then try to contain your weight.
What do you want to do?
Well, I want them to stop growing.
There's no way to do that.
Okay. Hey, Helena? And all gals out there who want to get themselves a breast reduction, I've seen a lot of these candidates, Drew, because as you know, I hang out at the plastic surgeon's office.
Yeah, you were there this weekend.
Look through the before pictures.
Yeah, did you again?
I don't want to get Dr. Marcel in any kind of trouble.
No, he will not be able to take any before pictures now. Think about this.
Listen, he shouldn't have left the door open, or at least open enough so I could jimmy it with my credit card and get into the books.
The cabinet.
Right. The point is I just used a little plastique to blow the lock. As soon as the smoke cleared, I don't really classify that. It was only a gun safe.
Right.
The point is a lot of women that get the reduction could probably start by just losing 30 pounds right off the top and then look at the reduction.
Oh, you that's what your opinion was?
That's what I've surmised.
Looking at the pictures.
Yeah, there's some that don't need it, but there are a few of you who, and I'm doing radio math here. Helena said she was 5'2", 135. That could have been 5'1", 5'1 and a half, and 145. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to make light of this. I'm just saying you have one good natural option at getting those breasts to shrink. That is dropping a few pounds. Maybe surgery will be an alternative down the road. Maybe it won't. We don't know. But the one thing you can do is that. So while you're putting down that cheeseburger and staring at your breasts, hoping they'll shrink, they ain't gonna. See if you can lose 15 pounds and see what happens. I bet the breasts go. Maybe just one of them. Maybe the whole breast, right, Drew?
Maybe the whole thing.
Maria?
Hi.
You're 20.
Yeah.
Well, you have a nice voice.
Thank you. It's not going to fall through right now.
I don't know what she said, but she really has a nice tone to her. It's like listening to someone sing calypso music or something. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. Just sounds good.
Okay. So I was listening to your show just now, and I heard this girl Maria called.
Right.
About her guitar teacher making passes at her.
Yeah.
Actually, coincidentally, I also play the guitar.
You play the guitar?
Yeah.
Where are you from? Japan?
No, Malaysia.
Malaysia.
Uh-huh.
What part of Japan's that in? Where's that Malaysia?
It's okay, quite close to Japan.
Oh, it is? Yeah, there you go. I knew it.
Right, so, what's your point?
I was just going to comment on what she should do or something. You see, because my guitar teacher made passes, similar passes. I mean, maybe exactly the same passes that her guitar teacher is doing to her.
How old were you when they did
about
this?
15.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And he when he was what do you call that, teaching me guitar, he gave me back rubs, and his hand would swiftly touch my back like that. Huh?
Yeah. Listen, all you ladies, whenever a guy gives out a back rub that you don't basically beg him to do, like Engineer Mike is doing to Ann right now, he's coming on to you. And here's what I mean.
Fiercely. And it's violating her body space.
Well, it's not
boundaries.
fiercely, but
you shouldn't be touching people.
No, I just mean
in a teacher-student relationship, for crying out loud.
When a guy initiates the rub, he's looking.
In any circumstance. But
listen, if you're like producer Ann, you're complaining about your neck the whole time.
Look,
fine.
But there are times when you're on a date or something, and that's part of the guy's sort of exploring to see how you react to his physical touch. If you are a teacher or a physician or in any sort of professional or work environment, that is absolutely, totally, and categorically out of line.
And listen, what do you expect from a guitar teacher? The guy's a musician with no groupies. You know what I mean?
Well,
that's the whole reason he got into it.
Maria, you can't assume that just joking with them or putting them on notice that it's not okay is enough.
Well, what did you do?
I just ignored him because I respected him as my teacher.
Yeah, see, that's what
your
these guys are counting on.
That's right.
And what I started joking around with him to lighten the situation, not joking about what he was doing to me, but other stuff.
Yeah, Maria.
And what did he end up doing?
Nothing much. I think he got this guilty conscience because he was married and had a child coming.
It's great. Was it?
He got it.
No. Mm-mm.
What do you mean? What do you know?
It's not take it lightly, joke around time when guys are that out of line with their miscarriage of their position.
I know, but
that's
Drew,
it.
You want everybody to kick everyone in the nuts and then arrest them.
No, just
like
give the big
slap cuffs on them, chain them to the radiator,
if they
and
don't
go
stop
for the police.
after the kick in the nuts, yes.
15-year-olds are incapable of asserting themselves that way, oftentimes.
That's what is so diabolical and awful about this.
I know it is, but if you don't want to do it, you can. Just a little body language will get you out of it. He starts massaging the neck, you tense up and pull away a little bit, and he'll probably not be back for a second try. You know what I'm saying, Drew? I understand the guy is a louse, and then you can not go back again if you choose. I don't expect our callers or our listeners to call the cops, to confront him, to talk to his wife, to go straight to their principal.
Parents.
I know that's what you like to say, but if these people had a better relationship with their parents, this kind of stuff wouldn't be going on in the first place. So you have to understand
that's absolutely
is going on.
I get that.
You pull away from the guy and then tell your mom you want another guitar teacher, and that you should be able to do, right?
That's not what they want, though. They're having to sacrifice their training because of this a-hole's behavior.
I know, but you don't want to go back to the guy anyway, do you?
Well,
all right, use your head there, for Christ's sake. We'll take a little break. We'll be back.
LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. Phone number's 1-800-LOVE-191.
We'll be right back. The G spot on your radio dial.
Oh, you're right there.
LoveLine on 102.7.
Oh.
WEBN, Cincinnati.
Hey, it's the LoveLine. We're going to take a quick 10-second timeout. We'll be back with more of the fabulous show we call LoveLine in just 10 seconds.
This is LoveLine on
Radio Station.
Dr. Drew is here, so is myself, Adam. Ace Rock-Cola to my radio fans. We're going to go back to phones. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. And what the hell's phone? There we go. Heather.
Uh-huh.
You're 24?
I sure am.
What's going on?
Well, I masturbate on a regular basis, and I've heard rumors that it can cause, I don't know if it's true or not, but that it can cause blindness or that
Heather, you're 24.
Yeah.
You know how it causes blindness? You get like a scratch on your forehead and an itch on your forehead, so you pull the vibrator out and you poke yourself in the eye. That's happened to me
What was
once.
the other rumor you heard?
That I can cause myself to be less sensitive, or that I can do damage to myself.
You can't damage yourself, but you can
Slightly
desensitize.
more feasible than the blindness.
Yeah, you can desensitize yourself, but that also will tend to restore itself to normal with time.
The sensitivity.
Yeah.
Blindness.
Okay.
And what about the hair on the palms? You didn't get that one?
No.
Are you okay otherwise? I mean, you have relationships normally, and
No, I'm not interested in having a relationship.
why?
And so I just...
Why? Why?
I'm not, I don't know, I'm just not with the whole dating the males and all that right now in my life.
When were you?
Late 60s.
I haven't dated in about 4 years.
How come?
I just had a bad experience.
What happened?
I was raped.
Have you dealt with that?
I thought I have. I mean, I haven't forgiven him, and so
No, not. Have you had some treatment?
Who was him?
just somebody I knew for a short time.
Heather, what about getting some rape counseling groups, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I did right after it happened, and I talked with a couple people I respected or trusted, and they kind of made me feel like it was my fault.
Well, it's obviously not your fault to be a victim of a crime.
Yeah.
However, there are things about your character makeup, your personality makeup, that cause you to choose certain kinds of people to be around.
Uh-huh.
And that might put you at risk. But it doesn't cause you to be a victim of a crime.
Were you dating the guy?
No, I wasn't. I'd only known him for about 2 weeks.
Yeah, but the deal
How'd
is...
you know him?
When I was at school, he just moved into a guy's apartment that we were good friends with.
Did you ever prosecute him?
No, he moved
there we go.
2 weeks
So,
after that.
Adam, your profile.
Let me start asking the probing questions. Where's your dad?
Oh, I have a really good parents. They're loving. They've been married for about 30 years. Wonderful parents, wonderful family.
You're adopted?
No.
You never had eating disorder?
I did.
Yeah, how about that?
Ooh, Drew, everybody. Now, take a lot of ballet when you were young?
No, I didn't.
Mom,
what I want to promise you is your idealized images of your parents are not reflective of reality. They're not bad people, but they're not the perfect people you think they are emotionally. Especially at important times in your own development, they weren't there they weren't attuned to your needs. They were attuned to their own stuff and acted that out on you, but didn't give you what you needed. And as such, it's created some stuff for you still that you need to deal with. And talking to friends about what happened to you is not going to be even the beginning of the...
No, I didn't talk to any friends.
You said you talked to some people you trusted.
It was a couple adults.
Okay, talking to acquaintances isn't even going to begin...
Well, wait a minute. She didn't talk to friends, technically, Drew.
Yeah. I'm not saying peers, but acquaintances isn't even the beginning of the
Who were these
motive.
adults? What are you talking about?
Well, even if they were professionals, it doesn't matter. That's not the beginning of anything, let alone treatment or having dealt with something as monumental as all this.
Yeah, but Drew, let me ask you this. Let me probe just a little bit deeper here. I have some other feelings. So what happened? You went over to the guy's house, or he came over to your house?
Yeah, no, we just spent the day with the whole apartment, like shopping at the mall and everything. And then his roommates went to bed, and we were just watching a movie.
You and the guy?
Yeah.
Right.
And that's when it happened.
Well, what happened?
I actually fell asleep on the couch, and I know you probably won't believe that. And that's when it happened.
No, I was just telling Drew women cannot stay awake and watch TV on a sofa. Drew, was I not saying that when we were peeing?
During the break, yeah.
Yeah. So I believe you fell asleep, and then he started to rape you.
Yeah.
And then you woke up.
Well, yeah.
Did you scream for help, call the police?
He actually put a pillow over my head and held it there.
Awful.
Could you breathe?
Yeah, well, I moved my head to the side. So.
Awful.
And he was being, did he threaten you in any way?
He just kept telling me to be quiet, don't say anything, and I was pretty much in shock.
Right.
And so I feel guilty because I didn't scream or...
No, Heather.
That's all right.
Heather.
Here's all I'm saying, Heather. There's more to your family than you're willing to admit. Do you know what I'm saying? Did you ever tell your parents about this?
Oh, no.
See?
Yeah, why not? They're the most warm and loving...
Perfect parents.
Married for 30 years.
They're perfect.
No, it's because I love my mom so much that I don't want her to worry about me or have...
Yeah, but listen, Heather, you had something horrible happen to you 4 years ago. You've been dating a vibrator for the last 4 years.
Yeah.
You're not able to engage in an intimate relationship. Something kind of, I know this sounds horrible, but something got you there in the first place. I mean, this guy's a rapist, don't get me wrong, but there was something that made you not scream out or punch him in the face or something and not prosecute the guy, not tell your parents. And some of that is your parents. You understand?
Not you.
Not you, your parents. You understand? He had an eating disorder that Drew magically knew about. there's issues going on here, Heather.
Yeah.
And you believe you can get blind from using a vibrator.
And you're 24.
You're 24. Yeah. Well, there you go, everybody. Started off as just not doing the guy thing right now. That was their first answer. I haven't dated in 4 years. I'm just not doing the guy thing right now. And magically turns into rape and eating disorder.
The question was, can you go blind from masturbating every night?
Well, that was the initial.
That was the question.
Yeah, but Drew, you got to believe that people call up and want to talk about more. At a certain level.
At some level, absolutely. Otherwise...
If she didn't want to talk about rape, she wouldn't have talked about rape.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah, we get those calls where they really don't want to.
You got raped 4 years ago. You haven't really worked it out. You haven't spoken to anyone about it. You don't want to call up and start talking about it. But if you listen to the show, we're gonna get there.
Please do something about it, Heather. Please. It doesn't have to be tell your parents yet. That might be too tall of a task.
Fine.
Given the enmeshed quality of your family, that's
They're
so perfect.
Wonderful. Perfect people.
But do yourself a favor and get some professional help.
Listen, it's stop defending your parents, everybody. My parents weren't even that bad. I call them horrible. Feels good. Right, Drew? It takes all the pressure off of you. Because, listen, when you sit around and tell everyone how great your family was and how loving your parents were and what a great environment you grew up in, and then people look at you and go, wait a minute, you drive around a Vega, you go to junior college, you haven't had a date in 4 years, what the hell's happened to you? They look at you, and now you're a loser. What you do is just say your parents are losers, and they go, oh, okay, it's cool. Can I crash out on your your futon or your beanbag or something? It makes you look like an idiot when you brag about your parents. Chrissy?
Hello?
Yeah. It's like bragging about your hairstylist and walking around with a horrible mullet hairdo.
Yeah.
No one believes it. Listen, I don't care how good you say Serge is. I'm looking at your head. He sucks. Go ahead, Chrissy.
Okay. I've been going out with this guy for about 2 months, and we haven't barely even hugged or anything, and I don't know what to do.
Just get a new boyfriend.
You just go straight for the oral sex each time?
No, it's just that my brother is going out with my best friend, and they always hug and everything all the time.
Hug.
And yeah, they kiss, and they tell me, oh well, come on, you guys. And he's just going, oh no, I don't want to. And it's I don't know what to do.
Well, have you ever hugged or kissed a guy before?
Yeah.
You kissed?
Yeah.
Your boyfriend before him?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And is that as far as you've gotten, is the kissing?
Yeah.
And so you want to do that with this guy. Is he religious?
I don't know.
You don't sweat the details, do you, Chrissy? Should we talk to him? I think we can straighten him out. We can get to the truth. Let's talk to him, Chrissy.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
Okay. Put Chrissy on hold. Chrissy will get this guy's phone number. Sherry? You hip? Sherry's hip. Okay. Where the hell were we? Frank?
Yeah.
You're 23. You want to know if anger is hereditary?
Yeah.
None of your goddamn business!
Well, it's gotta be.
Oh. Okay.
He takes it seriously.
I guess I did.
The defensiveness is part of being angry. So.
Yeah, it is hereditary in the sense that you grew up around a guy who was angry all the time. And he took a decent amount of that anger out on you, right?
Well, no, he took it out on my mom.
All right. On his family.
No, my mom was my family.
Okay. Well, listen. Frank, if you want to know if you're angry or not,
you're angry.
So the answer is yes.
And if you wonder why people seem to be such jerks around you,
yeah,
think about it.
Yeah. Listen. Hey, Frank.
Uh-huh.
Listen to me. Your dad's kind of a prick, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now, listen. You're kind of turning into one yourself. Drew and I have talked to you for 22 seconds. We've had enough of you. Now, when you think people out there are consistently being idiots or being a-holes or firing you or starting fights with you for no reason, or everyone's giving you grief or rubbing you the wrong way, realize that it may be you that's bringing a certain amount of that into the relationship.
He brought it out in us in the first 4 seconds.
Yeah, I got mad at Frank 8 seconds into the conversation.
Yeah.
You have to apologize.
You have to apologize. So, Frank, it's all right. Don't have any kids. for a while until you get under control. Frank, you have any kids?
No.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Now we like Frank.
Watch out. Don't get drunk too much.
I've been clean. It's over 31 months.
Congratulations. There
Good. 31 months. What is that, 20 years?
In terms of whether or not there's
31 months.
Yeah, it's almost
3 years. Yeah.
There's some sort of hereditary factor in anger. I'd say not. It's more of an environmental thing, I suspect. I mean, there's always some biology in all these syndromes, but I think predominantly we could predict that you had to be raised around an abusive a-hole to create that kind of anger in a kid that then translated into adulthood.
Right. Right. Lindsay.
Hi.
You're 17.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I'm supposed to go for a job interview tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But, okay, I smoked weed on the 14th and the 15th, and I found out that there's going to be a drug test.
Is it a hair test or a urine test?
I believe urine.
How do you know?
And
how do you know?
Well, I assumed that it would be urine.
Okay. Why do you assume that?
Because, I don't know, I don't think that they would do,
all right.
hardcore drug tests.
That's fine. But
what's the difference between a hair test and a urine test, Drew?
The hair it stuffs in the hair a lot longer.
I know, but why is it cheaper to do a urine than a hair?
Yeah, hairs are much more difficult to interpret, too, and things like the government does hair testing for high security clearances and that kind of stuff.
So urine is more for if you want to work at the Starbucks.
Yeah.
And urine is more like CIA. I mean, hair is more CIA.
Or more like you're running the missile silos.
Right, all right. So why'd you even ask? Because they wouldn't even do a hair one, would they?
I don't know what she's going for. Well, she's 17.
Well, she's 17. She can work at the Pentagon.
All right.
She's smoking pot on Wednesday.
All right. And were those the only 2 days you smoked pot?
Yeah.
Yeah, and other than that, you don't smoke pot?
This month. Oh, well, I used, when I was 16, I smoked pot, every day for 9 months.
And when did that 9-month period end?
Every day for 9 months?
It was school. It was September through,
spring of last year. Of last year.
And then I was, out of control, so I quit, and I didn't smoke weed at all until I smoked weed once September last year and once in November, and then I haven't smoked it again until just this month.
All right.
You couldn't have been smoking too much pot if you know the exact date that you smoked it.
I smoked it every day for 9 months. And then when I was in 7th and 8th and 9th grade, I smoked it every now and then. But
all right, but it's not a typical marijuana addiction story.
Then when she was a nurse in Korea in the early 50s, of course she smoked, but that was just to cope. It was hell over there.
And it's very unlikely that it will show up in the urine this far out from that single exposure. I wouldn't lose any weight or do any heavy physical exertion the day before.
What are you going for? What kind of job?
Well, I have a job right now, but my sister, she works at this. My sister's a case manager at this health clinic thing, and she said I could get a job, pretty much get a job, nutrition something.
What?
There, this nutrition thing. I'm not sure exactly what it is. She was telling me.
Be a nutritionist.
If you guys want to know if people want to know what's going on in their healthcare management, which is really who makes the decisions
you got Linda
about
going,
how long your family members get to stay in the hospital and what kind of care they get to be delivered, just listen to this call, please.
Well, my sister is she does not do drugs or anything.
I understand, but she didn't go to medical school, doesn't have a PhD, and she's the one that determines the kind of care people can get.
She does, actually.
I understand that.
She does.
Our healthcare system, she makes the decision.
No. She has a PhD?
Yeah, she's a nurse. She's a registered nurse.
No, that's GED. That's different.
No, she's a registered nurse, and she got promoted from that to case manager.
Okay. All right, so you can go over there and be a nutritionist.
Listen,
yeah.
Say that it does.
Well, doesn't your genius sister know?
No. Well, see, I think she might have her suspicions because she mentioned that there would be a drug test,
Uh-huh. All right. Listen.
I don't want it to affect her.
You'll be fine. Lindsay, Sweet Pea, you'll be fine. You haven't smoked pot in 2 weeks. You'll be fine.
So I don't need to, do anything?
No, don't do anything.
Just don't lose weight and don't exercise aggressively a few days before.
No.
Yeah. She's
fine.
But this is the stuff that people do not understand how the healthcare is functioning right now. And I'm telling you, that is how it works. That's how it works right now.
Lindsay's going to be a nutritionist. She'll be like, eat more carbo. hydrocarbons, carbo. What is she going to do over there? Drew's pissed, everybody. Drew, who should be running that? Someone with some education?
Well, if these are the people making the decisions about where your family gets their health care and how it's delivered, shouldn't it be the highest level of training?
I don't know.
The absolute highest possible training? What you get is not that.
Listen.
People, they know what. Every once in a while you get people who know what they're doing clinically, but you don't get people at the top of the totem pole because anybody who's really trained would want to give more care than these systems allow you to give.
Right. Okay, I'm with you. Listen, I don't go to the doctor. I've had a festering lump in my hand and in my groin for 3 years now. I haven't done a thing.
I know.
I don't do anything. I don't go to the doctor.
I know.
I
fine.
never have.
You shouldn't go.
Yeah, I'm 35. What the hell, though? I feel fine.
Man, we have such a problem in this country we don't know the difference between disease and health. We just don't know the difference. We have no clue.
Listen, here's my take on all this stuff. All you folks that have seen the doctor who are not pregnant and don't haven't gotten a car accident, who've seen the doctor, let's say, more than 6 times in the last 4 years, kill yourselves. Kill yourselves now. Do me a favor. Because you have one of two choices. Either there's some sort of emotional condition that's sending you there, which is probably 99%.
But they get that treated if necessary.
Or there's something legitimately wrong with you, in which case you need to be destroyed.
Or you're going to be soon anyway.
That's going to be my angle when I'm in power.
Don't go through the pain and suffering. Just get it over with now. Huh?
Listen, here is my take. I got to give my take because it's Monday. Monday's take day. We only have enough doctors, enough cops, and enough everything to sort of, for everyone just to use it once in a while. It's really the way
they really need it.
Yeah, that's the way the system works out, everybody. Yeah. It really does. I mean, let's say everybody decided to go on a killing spree tomorrow. We'd be effed because we don't have a prison, we don't have a court system, we don't have enough cops. If everybody decided to bust their knee went snowboarding on the same day and everyone broke their pelvis on the same day, the world would come off its axis. It really would. Mm-hmm. We just really have enough in our system to handle everyone using stuff like once or twice, very sparingly. And all you idiots who are in the hospitals constantly, who are calling the doctors constantly, who are getting arrested constantly, who keep getting thrown in for the same thing, or you're clogging up the system. You know, when you're dialing 911 and there's an ambulance coming by the house or cops coming by the house, you're screwing it up for guys like me who never, ever use the system. That's what I'm saying, Drew. I want to use my antibiotics and know they're going to work every once in a while. I want to call 911, which in 35 years I've not called one time, and I'm going to deduct 2 years because I didn't know how to work the phone. For not the first 2 years, there was the middle 2 years.
Oh, the tough years.
Yeah, between 17 and 19, I forgot how to work the phone, but I knew it coming right out of the womb. I knew how to work that damn phone. I want my 911 guy to show up. I don't want him pissed off. I don't want him at your house. I want my antibiotics to work. I want my doctor to work. I want the ambulance to be there. I want the cops to show up. I want it all because the one time I do make that phone call, believe me, I'm going to need it because that's the only way I would call. I wouldn't call otherwise. Coyote in the front yard, not going to call. Thought I saw an alien, not calling. Twisted my ankle, not calling again. Only calling when I need it. But I want it when I need it. And you a-holes are using it all up. You're tiring Dr. Drew out. You got the ambulance drivers pissed off. The cops pissed off. The courts are filled. Everything's screwed up because it's really, you can take society. There's probably about 5% of society that I could isolate as the troublemakers. 5% of the people that keep going in and out of prison, 5% that keep getting in domestic disputes, 5% that are hypochondriacs and going in and out of the hospital. Who's doing all the suing? You think everyone just does one lawsuit once in their life, or is it just that small percentage who, when you open their file, turns out they have 35 lawsuits with 35 different manufacturers over the last 18 months? These are the people I'll just put away. I don't need to review it. I've seen you've sued 22 employers in the last 2 years of your life. Yes, I can explain every one of them. You know what? I don't have time. Putting you down. Sorry. Drew, lethal injection. Thank you very much. That's it. And then we'd be living in a utopia. But we really have just a very small percentage effing it up for everybody. Thank you, Drew. All right. Now, you got that lethal injection?
Yeah, prepared right now.
Take a little break here.
I have to give it to you. Myself.
All right, we'll get back to Chrissy. We're to find out what happened to her and her boyfriend and all that after this.
Okay, so come on down off the tower.
This is not your parents' Woodstock. The weekend of July 23rd, Rome, New York, Woodstock 99.
3 days, man.
The 30th anniversary of the Woodstock Music and Art Fair. Nearly 40 bands, multiple stages. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster outlets or call the Woodstock 99 hotline at 212-397-7474 or online at Ticketmaster.com. The weekend of July 23rd, the eyes of the world will be on Woodstock 99.
I feel so liquidy. Really? Why?
You're listening to LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. LoveLine will be right back.
Oh, yeah, right there. It's LoveLine on WEDM.
What is Sandra?
How could they impose their will, which was...
They could.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you get when you don't parent.
Yeah.
You lose your will to impose, and you can't impose your will.
Yeah.
All right, what are we doing? We got a radio show?
Chrissy. Checking on Chrissy, yeah.
All right. Chrissy?
Yeah?
Okay, you're 15. It says on the board here...
The boyfriend...
It's kind of funny that did it go away the second I said it says on the board here?
Yes.
Wow. Let's see. I'll go off memory. Your boyfriend's 13.
His mom said he's asleep and can't be awakened.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey, Chrissy?
Yeah?
You know, next time you call up and talk about your boyfriend not putting out and he's not hugging you and you're not having sex, go ahead and talk about the part where he's still wearing diapers. Being 2 years, being 13, I mean, him being in the, 6th grade and you being...
No, he's in 8th grade.
8th grade, and she's a sophomore.
7th grade? Or
I'm in 8th grade, too.
You're 15.
Yeah, I got held back in 2nd grade.
What, didn't you get held back twice?
No.
She was already old.
Uh-huh.
I got held back.
Why'd they hold you back?
I don't know.
Listen, see, there you go. Would you use my answer? You went to Europe when you were a child? Do you understand, Chrissy? Chrissy?
Yeah?
Listen to me. You're gonna have to tell this story over and over your entire life.
Okay.
Now, here's the new story. Okay?
Okay.
You say to me, why are you in 8th grade when you're 15 years old? Go ahead.
Why are you in 8th grade when you're 15 years old?
My folks took me to Europe with them when I was like 6 or 7 or something, and we stayed there for like a year and a half, and so when I came back, I couldn't rejoin my classmates, so I was about 2 years behind.
And when I came back, I spoke 3 languages, but I've lost it all now.
Right, and played the harp. Now, follow up with a good question and try to bust me, Chrissy. Go ahead.
What languages did you speak?
Yeah. See, that's the thing. I was so young, and we moved around so much. My dad was there on business. I know he works at a muffler shop now, but they were thinking of going international. Le Midas, they're going to call it. Le Midas. And he moved around so much that we never really had a chance to settle in one place long enough, but we were all over. I was so young, I don't remember. There you go.
Okay.
Instead of being an idiot, you're all of a sudden you have this international flair to you. You're like an IHOP.
Okay.
So, Chrissy, he wasn't available to talk, all right?
Okay.
We think the reason he's not being more affectionate, he's young.
He's 13.
And he doesn't know how to be.
Plus, women are more mature than men anyway. So, the difference between... we talk to 15-year-olds that are dating 27-year-old, merchant marines and stuff and want to know why they're so mature.
Yeah.
That is a gap there. A lot of 15-year-old girls are going out 17, 18-year-old guys. We don't recommend it, but let's face it, that's life.
Yeah.
15-year-old girl going out with a
13-year-old.
13-year-old guy is really I mean, he may not even sprouted a pubic hair. His mom answered, said he was... His mom didn't want him to come out of bed because he didn't want him to tear holes in the feet of his Yoda jammies. Okay. All right, take it easy on him, Chrissy. Chad?
Yeah.
Chad, you're 19.
Yes, I am.
What's going on? Chad?
Yeah.
I don't want to sound negative, but you're not going to live longer than 30.
Why? Okay, anyway, named Chad.
You know a guy named Chad who's like 67 years old?
Whatever.
What are you talking about?
Chad. Hey, it's Grandpa Chad.
Yeah, I was about to get on here and tell you guys how great you were, too.
Well, go ahead.
Everybody else does.
You better hurry up and get it out.
All right, you guys are great.
Thank you.
Anyway, I got
He'll change his name to something else by then. What's your first name, middle name?
Chad Allen.
Allen, okay.
Yeah, you'll go by Allen.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you won't go by Chad. I'm saying there's no 50-year-old guy named Chad.
Anyway, I'm going to change my name now.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I got a big problem, and I need some advice more than anything.
All right.
Just last Tuesday, I had a date with my girlfriend, and she came over to my house at first, and I was upstairs, and I came down, and her and my younger sister were being a little more than friendly with each other.
How old is your sister?
She's 17.
And how old is the girlfriend?
18.
Uh-huh. And were they just making out?
Yeah, pretty much.
And
did you say anything?
They didn't hear you coming down the stairs or anything?
Yeah, they didn't see me, and what I need to know is how would I approach this and fix this problem. Any other girl would have been great, but not my sister.
What did you do when you saw them?
I pretty much just about flipped out and walked back upstairs and then made a loud entrance.
Did you proceed with the date?
Yeah.
And just
Where'd you go?
What?
Where'd you go on the date?
We went out to dinner and then watched Star Wars.
What restaurant?
Huh?
Which restaurant?
Taco Bell.
Seriously?
Yeah.
It was a complete Star Wars night.
Guy, man.
It's complete Star Wars.
Taco Bell's a date.
Yeah, we're going to win $1 million. That's all there is to it.
Oh, really?
Did you get the toys?
Yeah.
Are they having that giveaway?
What?
Are they having that giveaway where the colonel and that chick in the midriff halter is firing a laser gun and he's out there with that chihuahua?
Yeah, pretty much.
I find that commercial very confusing. I can't figure out if it's Colonel Sanders or the Taco Bell dog or who that chick is.
Well, see, they're all in cahoots. That's what you're doing.
I see. Okay. All right.
Anyway.
Okay, Chad.
Alan. Please call me Alan.
Yeah, Alan. Chad Allen. Why don't you just break up with your girlfriend? I really think this is bizarre behavior.
Well,
I thought so, too. I was just looking for a little better advice than that.
Okay. Kill yourself, then break up with your girlfriend.
Advice that made you feel better, which may not be a better advice, in fact. I think you reasonable to give your girlfriend an opportunity to explain what you saw, and you should definitely tell her what you saw. But I don't know that I trust any explanation she had to give you because it's such a violation of boundaries. So bad.
Yeah, but Drew, don't you believe, even if you're stupid, don't you believe there's a part of you that when you start making out with somebody and there's somebody upstairs like saying, listen, I'll be down in a minute, we're running late, and you begin to sort of start making out with them, not in a hall closet, but on the sofa kind of thing, isn't there sort of a part of you that thinks, I don't mind if this guy finds out, or even I don't want to tell him, but I want to tell him, or I want to whip things up just a little bit.
Yeah,
I want to stir things up.
I'm sure it's experienced as I don't care. It's just what I want to do at the moment, and I don't care.
But what about the sort of chaotic side of it?
That's of course, that's where chaos comes from.
Yeah, but wanting you to experience the chaos, wanting to send a little something through your spine, mix it up a little.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ! All right. All right, so let me just make a quick guess. Chad's sister's also a little chaotic.
Yep.
Chad may come from some chaos, and that's what attracted him to the chaos queen. Mm-hmm. Oh, Chad's mom a little chaotic. 1 second. Chad?
Yes.
Is your mom a little chaotic?
No, not at all. I have very normal parents.
What's up with your sister, then?
I don't know. She's going through a little rebel stage, I would guess.
No kidding.
I think it was more disturbing than anything to see my sister doing something like that, more than it was to see my date doing something like that.
Well, they both were violating your trust greatly.
All right. Wow. Talk about a rebel stage. Whew. I think my sister went through a few of those, but she never made out with a date of mine. Thank God. All right. So anyway, Chad, tell her, give her a chance to explain herself. Amy?
Yeah.
You're 14.
Yes, I am.
What's going on?
Well, okay, my boyfriend and I have been going out for like 4.5 months just about, and he's like really great. You know, I think he's one of the best things that's ever happened to me.
How old is he?
How old is he? 14.
Okay.
And, you know, he's nice, he's kind, but he's kind of been more than hinting that he wants to have sex with me. He's actually told me, and he's been, like, you know, planning it all out for me, and I'm not interested in that.
Have you told him you're not interested?
No.
Okay. You got to
picture like Vince Lombardi standing at the chalkboard.
Yeah.
And, you know, with some X's and some O's.
Yeah.
All right, you'll be here. I'll be here. Now, you're going to slide into the number 2 gap, and I'm going to come across, and I'm going to get my shoulder on the front side of your right hip, and I'm going to try to drive you out and clear this area out here, and then my penis can come running right up the middle, right up the gut. Hell-bent for re-election, for pay dirt.
That's like exactly what he's doing, and it's just...
Well, it's not abnormal, nothing wrong with him for sort of being interested in that or pushing it, but you need to make it clear what you want. And if indeed he's the guy you think he is, he'll be all right to wait. He's only 14. He can hang in for a while.
Ease off with the communication, too. She's 14. She does way too much communicating.
No, she doesn't.
I mean, they're really talking things out. He feels a little too comfortable.
Yeah. That's the problem. She's open communication, but hasn't asserted herself. She hasn't let her feelings be known.
Listen, one of the worst ideas notions you can insert into a relationship is that, listen, we got to be honest. We got to talk about all our feelings, whatever you're thinking. I want to know. We got to be wide open. Oh, bad idea.
No, it's a good idea to be able to have mutuality, to be able to say, you know, acknowledge your feelings and here's mine.
Right.
And then,
but Drew, you know, you've learned from your marriage, you don't just start popping off about stuff that's running through your mind.
No, you concern yourself.
Not when it concerns her.
You concern yourself with how the other person's going to feel about it, but you find a way to be heard.
And you come up with something else. Yeah, but Drew, as a guy, you don't really have demands or concerns, do you?
Yeah.
Do you?
I mean,
really?
They're not. I think what you're thinking of is like, you know, menial concerns.
No, I mean, like the concerns you have is like, who's driving the kids to school? We're out of canned peaches, and the kids are pitching a fit. I want to rent this movie tonight.
No, see, you have to get into a marriage. You have to keep working on the emotional.
Do you
stuff
have
all
like
the time.
emotional concerns?
Yeah. Yeah, you got to keep an eye
your
on
emotional concern is she's getting pissed off and I'm going to get my ass kicked. That's your emotional concern. But it's like you're not making a lot of demands.
No,
I mean, here's what it is, quite honestly. I'm just starting to get into this. Your
relationship with your fiance?
Yeah, your emotional concern as a guy is not pissing off your woman.
That's right.
That is your concern.
And also being heard, clearly. You know, you got to, you know, when you do have something you want to be heard about, you need to be sure it's being heard without pissing them off.
Guys, I don't know any guys that are really worried about the emotional end of the relationship as it pertains to their feelings being met. Their needs being met, their feelings, you know, being heard. What it is I don't want her freaking out on me just because she thinks I wasn't listening. That's where it comes. That's what it is. It's weird. It's like this. It's like you're here's what it is. It's like you're in a dinghy that's taking on water, and you have to bail every once in a while. And then there's a point where you just get to sit in the water for a while and relax. And then the frantic bailing begins, and then you sit in the water and relax again. But you never even think about getting up on the top deck and sunning yourself or playing shuffleboard. It's just this sort of constant bailing process. You don't dream of like, hey, what's on the menu?
No, but you do
just bail. Just bail.
It depends where you're at, but you're bailing sometimes, and sometimes you're on the sun deck.
The guys just don't need anything. I mean, hey, look, don't cheat on me.
Yep.
Don't F up the kids. Give me a little sex every once in a while. Don't spend us into the poorhouse. Get off the ass and, rattle the pots and pans every once in a while. Take care of a little business around the house. And don't get loaded and make an ass of me at the company picnic. Other than that, there's not a whole, come on, I need this. I need
What
that.
if they have a professional life or something that you're feeling sort of left out or attended to? Or
don't care. For me, that's a plus. See, Drew, for me, it's the pressure's taken off.
I understand.
Well, you're working 65 hours a week. You come home, you're tired. All you want to do is chill out and watch some TV. Great, go in the next room. I'll be in this one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the guy can tell you much more of that.
Much more of that.
Yeah.
Man. I think man can subsist on that for long periods of time. All right, Mike, am I right? Yeah. When's the last time you felt like, you really needed something from a woman other than sex or for her to stop yelling at you? You know what I mean? It's funny that the guy's biggest emotional need is for them to stop yelling at them.
I don't get yelled at.
I know, because the VCR never talks
his
back.
relationship's 2 months old.
Oh, that's true. All right, give it time. All right, Annie's he dates a flight attendant, so she's out of town constantly. That's a dream gig. Who cares?
Alaska.
It's a good one. Bringing home those little packets of nuts and pretzels. Nice. All right, we'll take a little break. We'll be back.
This is LoveLine.
LoveLine will be right back.
LoveLine.
WEBN.
It's the Love Line. We're going to go back to the phones. Fair enough. William.
Yeah.
You're, hold on a second. I didn't want to talk to William. I talked to two 14-year-olds in a row. I want to talk to Jay. Jay?
Yeah.
You're 23?
Yeah.
William, we'll talk to you in a minute. Ooh, that was good. Big fart go. Yeah, what's going on with you, Jay?
I had a head injury about a year and a half ago.
What happened?
I had about 400 pounds fall on my head.
Yeah.
The girlfriend rolled over?
No. It was a big piece of metal.
Where were you?
I was on a ship in the Navy.
And what was it that fell on your head?
A hatch.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, that's a bad scene.
Ugh.
And so the hatch was open and your head was sticking up out of it and it slammed shut?
Yeah.
And what did it do? Send you right back down the ladder or whatever it was?
Yeah.
And no neck injury with that?
Not that they found.
Okay.
But they think nothing's wrong, though.
Good.
I mean...
No skull fracture?
No. Not the x-ray showed.
Wow. Okay.
What happened? How did it happen?
It just wouldn't put up right, and it just collapsed.
Yeah, seems like it happened. Yeah. All right.
So what's the question, Jay?
I've had a lot of side effects from it, like stuttering speech, memory loss.
Yeah.
And every once in a while I get bloody noses real bad.
Huh.
If I get overworked up, I get a bloody nose.
What is that, Drew?
Why the bloody nose?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure that out, in fact. Maybe he had some sort of injury, some sort of fracture of the plates in there that was undetected. But even that, things like leaking cerebral spinal fluid can occur. You wouldn't typically get bloody.
I get a lot of neck pain a lot.
Yeah, well, that's for no surprise. I mean, I'm sure you had some kind of neck injury.
Some people get bloody noses anyway.
You're not on any medication right now?
No, I was on Midrin for my migraines.
Yeah.
And I've become immune to it.
Would you take anything else?
They had me on all kinds of stuff, anywhere from Tamalor to Verpamil.
Verapamil?
Yeah, Verpamil.
Uh-huh. Well, some of these things can, not those particularly, but they may predispose to bleeding. So maybe it's really the medication that's the issue and not so much anything structural in your head. You know?
What about the migraines and the other stuff? I mean, they keep telling me nothing's wrong, but that just don't seem normal.
Well, look, you've had a major head injury. It's not like nothing's wrong. But it's more that nothing else is wrong. Do you understand?
Yeah.
That to have headaches, to have memory problems, personality changes, mood disturbances, all that is part of a major head injury.
Well, it says you get bloody noses during sex.
Yeah.
Is that true?
That's the main part.
Well, again...
It's because you were doing too much blow with the hookers before you got with them? No?
No.
Listen, where'd you go when you were in the Navy? You went right for the Philippines, right?
No. I stopped in Thailand.
Yeah.
Then the Philippines.
Pick up hookers, gas up, pick up some hookers, and then we're going to the Philippines. What is going on over there that we need? I've said this many a time. Why do everyone who gets enlisted has to go to the Philippines and get laid and then come back home again?
I never did anything like that. I've been happily married 2 years tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you were in the Navy and you never had sex with a hooker?
No.
Couldn't you be court-martialed for that, Drew? Be brought up on charges? All right. Well, listen. God bless you, Jay. So you get it because you're exerting yourself. You're having sex. You're getting excited.
Yeah.
Is that
avoid things that can cause bleeding, the anti-inflammatories, aspirins, that sort of thing.
What?
I've also lost a lot of interest in it, too.
Yeah, well, you've had a major head injury, Jay. See, people don't understand how awful head injuries are. I mean, somehow, since the world of cartoons and the Three Stooges have developed, you get a frying pan on the head and it's a doing, and that's it. You get a head injury enough to knock you out, you're going to be different afterwards for a long time. And if you have a major head injury, even if it's closed, that is to say no skull fracture or anything else, and nothing even happens structurally inside, like you can't see any bleeding or anything major structural goes on, you could be a different person permanently.
I've been knocked out a few times.
Well, that explains something. But the fact is,
when I was young, is that bad?
Post-concussive syndromes are extremely complicated, and he has a full syndrome going here, and it may take a long time to settle down, if ever.
Boy. So worse to get knocked down when you're younger or better? Say it's better. You don't know?
You're more resilient generally when you're younger, but then again, there's more opportunity for stuff to go awry, you know?
Yeah, I used to play the violin like an Asian exchange student. I really did. And one day after football practice,
couldn't read after that.
Nope. Could no longer compose. Had to sell my Stradivarius to one of my friends. Who then
sold it for drugs?
Hit me over the head with it, a classic El Kabong kind of move. Shauna?
Yeah, hi.
You're 18.
Uh-huh.
What's going on?
I'm wondering if you can be allergic to marijuana, because I come from a family of really heavy marijuana smokers.
All right, allergy means that you have what's called an IgE-mediated mast cell reaction. That is to say rash and itching, hives, runny nose, asthma. That's allergy.
Right.
Okay? Anything else is an adverse reaction, some sort of negative reaction to the drug.
Right.
So, yeah, people get all kinds of strange reactions to pot. People can hallucinate. People can have mood disturbances.
But not that many people are allergic to it in the classic sense.
Real allergy, no. That's not what people don't understand, again, what allergy means. It means intolerant of, yes, some people are very intolerant of it.
Well, listen, everyone's claims they're allergic to everything, but I really bet that 85% of those people aren't allergic.
Oh, I love food allergy.
I'm allergic to chocolate.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah, my ass gets big. My ass swells up when I eat it. Everyone's allergic to everything. I don't know of anything I'm allergic to, by the way. The only thing I do know is if I eat a good amount of fresh pineapple, I will start to get sweaty on my forehead. I mean, I can feel the heat in me. If I take serious citrus acid, like a big fresh pressed grapefruit juice, and I chug it all down, I'll start getting warm. I can feel myself getting warm, and you'll see my face getting a little bit red. But that's about it.
Interesting.
Little beads of sweat on my forehead. Is that the acid?
It must cause you to dilate in some way. The vessels dilate in response to something.
William?
Yeah.
You're 14.
Yeah.
What's going on?
My parents are like real strict Christians, and I want to have sex, and
with your mom or your dad?
Huh?
With your mom or your dad?
William, you're 14.
My girlfriend.
Cool out, William.
Okay, all right.
You're 14. Cool out.
I see, okay.
Don't be in a big hurry.
I thought he was talking about his parents. I'm sorry. Yeah. Are you a strict Christian?
Not that strict.
Okay. How old is your girlfriend?
She's 15.
Mm-hmm. And what are you doing with her?
Nothing yet. We've just talked about it.
Yeah, but you're not having any kind of physical contact?
The most so far is kissing, making out.
Do your parents object to that?
They don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, William, Just slow down, would you?
You're angry with your parents for being so strict.
I understand your parents are too strict, but
they're trying to do what's good for you.
They have your best interest in mind, believe me. Amanda.
Yeah.
You're 19.
Yes, I am.
Real fast. Ex-boyfriend wants her back. She thinks there may be someone else.
Kind of, not really. I really just wanted to get a guy's opinion on this. My ex-boyfriend and I broke up actually like a week ago, and it was because a lot of stuff going on in his life that he didn't feel that he could handle a relationship right now.
Yeah.
But he says that in the long run he does want to get back together with me, but it's just like, I don't know. I kind of don't know what to do. I don't know if it was because he had lost his job and he has a whole bunch of debt, and so he was stressing out about that. And I don't know if that's I don't know from a guy's thing if that would cause him to want to.
No, no, he don't like you. That's what causes
or somebody else or something.
Or somebody else.
But I talk to him every day now. He still says that he still loves me. I told him
that may be, but he needs to be alone for some reason.
Yeah, and then 3 days after we broke up, one of his friends was living in a trailer, and the trailer caught on fire, and he died in the fire. And he called me at 2:30 in the morning, and he's said he didn't call anybody else. The only person he could trust to talk to was me.
Yeah, well, that's unfair to you.
Yeah,
frankly.
Yeah, listen.
I'm glad you were there for him, but...
and I'm sorry for his friend, but listen, all you screwballs, don't break up with somebody and then just call them when you get drunk or when someone dies in a trailer, which could quite honestly be like every other weekend. I've had several hundred friends die in trailers over the last handful of years. No, I mean it. If you're going to break up with someone, then break up with them.
Don't impose on them emotionally.
With them.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially when you know they still have feelings for you.
Yep. They're just using them then for your own emotional baggage.
Yeah, so you feel a little bit better. They're great. They're like, break heart in case of emergency. Oh, yeah.
So we don't trust this guy. You got to find out why he left in the first place, and if any of that's still going on, just stay away.
That's right.
LoveLine will be right back.
You're going to be
doing the show?
airplane pilot, aren't you?
All right.
There's a new career for you.
No.
Come on.
We are done with
stuff is really just
done with the show. What comedy? I haven't done anything funny in months. Ooh, except for that big that one snuck out a little. All right, I got to hurry home and clean myself up. It's a big date. So until next time, Sam.
This has been LoveLine. The views expressed on LoveLine are not necessarily those of the staff, the management, or the sponsors of this radio station.
And are probably not the views of Westwood One Entertainment. LoveLine is produced by Ann Wilkins Ingold. Now, please listen to this station longer.